I'm wrapping up this letter that I wrote you. Maybe it's the only way to go through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Afternoon. I hope you're all well. I hope you are all well. Doing a quick show today. Wanted to cover match preview for the game tonight with Real Madrid. Wanted to have a little chat about that. Also, talk about some news. It's been a couple of days since I last did a show. Also wanted to let you know as well that I'm doing a conspiracy show tonight. The reason why I didn't do one on Sunday is because I cracked my tooth and I had to go to the dentist on Monday to get it filled. And the reason why I'm doing a conspiracy show tonight is because I've got dental treatment tomorrow to get a tooth removed. So that's why. Apologies. Yeah, so I'll do a conspiracy show tonight, 11 o'clock, which will be after the Liverpool game. So we might talk about the game for a little bit, depending on how it goes. If we get our asses handed to us, then maybe we can all just forget about it and watch some crazy conspiracy stuff for a few hours to kind of take our minds off it. Or we can all just vent on the show. It's entirely up to you. It's a members only show, so get involved if you're a member. And obviously join if you're a member because it's 99p. But right now I'm going to do a quick hour. Going to look at the numbers, look at team news, cover a little bit of news of Liverpool. Obviously, the Aston Villa game was a great result. Kind of covered that anyway, but it was a great result. It wasn't a great performance, if I'm completely honest. It wasn't a great performance, but it was a great result. I still seen a lot of the same. They hit the post twice. They had two really big chances in the first 15 minutes where Mamadashvili pulled off a brilliant save. Virgil van Dijk blocked a brilliant shot from Matty Cash, which was going in the top corner. So they got chances. Morgan Rogers hit the post. Morgan Rogers had another one saved. It was a little bit of a basketball game for a bit. And then we got a gift. We kept in the game. We got a gift. Mo Salah took it. And then we got a deflection that went in. Aston Villa just didn't play well. They just didn't. They didn't try our Achilles heel, which is long ball. They just tried to play us at our game, which is possession, and it just didn't work for them. Dominic Szoboszlai was absolutely otherworldly in that game. He was unbelievable in that game. He is what's going to make this system work. If this system's ever going to work, it's going to be him. That is the nucleus of it, which makes it work. He has to play in the advanced state position. We need to stop playing the number 10 because it's just pointless. How many attackers do you need? In that Aston Villa game, Andy Robertson was like a false 9 in the game. It's just, I don't understand it. There's just no midfield at Liverpool anymore. I just don't get it. Why are you not playing with the midfield? That was literally the heartbeat of Liverpool. That's what made Liverpool so good, is our midfield. Years and years and years. You've got your Souness's, your Dalglish's, your Xabi Alonso's, your Mascherano's, your Gerrard's, your Didier Mann's, your midfield, your Jordan Henderson's, your Fabinho's, your Gini Wijnaldum's, your Jimmy Milner's, that's your Liverpool. That's your Liverpool. That was your Liverpool last season. Your Alexis McAllister's and your Gravenberch's and your Szoboszlai's. That's your midfield last season. And you just got rid of it. You just seem to be getting rid of it. And I don't understand it. It's just, it's weird. What's weird as well is it looks like Real Madrid play the same formation as us. It looks like Real Madrid play 3-2-5 as well under Xabi Alonso. So this is going to be a really weird game tonight. If they come to Anfield and play 3-2-5 just like we do, then this is going to be a battle of this formation. But Real Madrid can play that formation because there isn't a lot of great teams in Spain. There just isn't. There's Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid and potentially Bilbao. That's it. There really isn't anybody else that you can put your finger on and go, wow, they're a brilliant team. They're a brilliant team. But the Premier League is just different. Every single team plays defensive football. Like that's just the way the Premier League is right now. Everybody seems to have a blueprint of Arsenal and keep it tight, nick a goal, you're in a game. And they're all fighting for survival. There's so many teams that are fighting to stay in the Premier League right now because the teams that have come up, your Burnleys, your Sunderlands, your Leeds, they're doing quite well. So the Wolves, the West Hams, whoever's, they have to be on the game. And we've been lucky that we're still third. I can't believe we're third. I can't believe you lose 4 Premier League games in a row and you're still third. That's crazy. That is crazy that we are still third in this league. And yeah. But Xabi Alonso plays this weird formation as well, which, at the end of the day, it's obviously working in Spain because he's top of the league by 7 points or something crazy, and they're unbeaten, completely unbeaten, and they're just ripping up the league, they're ripping up the league, and Jude Bellingham's back, and Trent's back, and it's not good. It's genuinely not good that Jude's back because Jude is such a good player, and he does that breaking into the box late run, which so many teams just can't deal with. He scored 2 goals in his last 2 games, and I think he's got 2 assists already in the last 2 games. I know we had a 5-point lead. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild. We had a 5-point lead, and now Arsenal have got a 7-point lead, I think, in it. Isaac, look, at the end of the day, we've got an injured Isaac because of Slot. Slot has already said that he played him when he was injured. He's already come out and said it. Yeah. Look, I said Atletico are a good team. Oh yeah, they lost. Okay, yeah. So they've lost 1 game. Okay. We beat Atletico as well at home, 3-2, and that should have been a more comfortable game. I hope we play the same as we did against Atletico, but I just don't know because we just won against Aston Villa playing pretty much the same formation, 3-2-5. If you didn't see 3-2-5, then I don't know what game you were watching because it looked really similar. It did. Bradley was a bit more defensive in this game. Robbo was a bit more attacking in this game. Dominic Szoboszlai was in midfield a lot more. He really was. He wasn't really playing as the 10. I just hope we get a result in this game because I really want the Champions League. I really want the Champions League this season. Anyway, let's jump into some of the news, some of the stuff that I've got to show you. So first of all, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Couple of things. Just on Wirtz, Xabi Alonso on Wirtz. For sure, he will be a success. I have no doubt. It's only a matter of time. He needs to adapt, but he is a special player. I have no doubt with Flo. He is a special, and one of the reasons I'm here. So Xabi Alonso's thanking Florian Wirtz for him actually getting the Real Madrid job because he made Bayer Leverkusen successful. For me right now, I don't think Wirtz is going to work in a Liverpool team, Arne Slot's system. I don't think he works at all where he wants to play him. I think if you want to get the most out of Ertz right now, I think he has to be played on the left. I think he has to be played on the left with Cody. Like him and Cody swap positions. Like like Diaz and Cody last season, where they just battled it out against each other. I think you just give that to Ertz and you just say, go on, see if you can displace Cody. See if you can displace Cody, because we can't play an attacking midfielder in the 10. We can't. We're just a mess. We're so vulnerable when we play the attacking midfielder in the 10, which is why it works with Dom. It's why Salah looks better when Dom's there. It's just a fact. Like, Salah looked better when Dom was in the 10 when we played Chelsea. That's when Salah had loads of chances. Like, the games where Dom's played higher up or just in that midfield role where the 10 is, stroke advanced 8, we look better. We look better. We look more cohesive. We look like we're going to keep the ball in the attack more. And we've got someone who can cover for Mo. Because remember, and also in that game as well, Mo did quite a bit of tracking back against Aston Villa. But he had Bradley, who played more defensive, and he had Dom, that was just a machine. So it just needs to be the free. It needs to be the free. I thought Mack had a good game, by the way, against Villa. I thought he had a decent game, probably his best game, but he wasn't great, but he was all right. And green shoots. I'd put Curtis Jones there though when he comes back. I really would. Also, bit on Gravenberch. Gravenberch on possible new contract. I am happy here. We haven't talked. We will see. So all the stuff about Grav getting a new contract, it's nonsense. Okay, it's nonsense. They haven't even spoke yet. Also, the Rat is back, and he also had his memorial defaced, which is interesting. That's always going to happen. Also, I wanted to show you this one because it's a bit weird. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's training with Arsenal. Thought I'd just show you that because he hasn't got a club at the moment. Also, Arnie won Manager of the Season. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There wasn't many people that were up for that award. Like, who was up for that award? Northwest. Can you name any other managers that were up for that award? It certainly wasn't going to be the Burnley manager or the Wigan manager or the Manchester United manager or the Manchester City manager, or the Chester manager or the Wrexham manager. Like, who was up for that award? Who was up for that award? Exactly. Nobody was up for that award. And also Mo's creeping up there now. He's now in third place for all-time goal involvements with Lampard. And I also want to point out as well that Northwest, Arteta's down south, mate. So that wouldn't be there. I also wanted to point out as well that Mo's he scored 2 goals in the last 2 games. So I think Mo is starting to find his feet, so to speak, with the rest of the players. Mo did speak about this, by the way. Mo did speak about this. He did say that it's going to take a little bit of time to acclimatise to the players that he's with, but having Bradley and having Szoboszlai around him is only a good thing. It's only a good thing because Mo needs to have some players around him that he's used to. And having your Frimpongs, having your Verts, and having your Ekitike, that's like 3 new players all surrounding him. He he doesn't know whether he's coming or going. Like, you have to give Mo a little bit of time. With Virgil, Virgil's always had Canate next to him, or Allison behind him, or Robbo next to him, or a midfielder that he knows like McAllister ahead of him, or Curtis Jones. Like, he knows the players around him. Mo doesn't get that. Mo doesn't get that luxury. Mo just doesn't get that luxury. I'm sorry. Like, so you need to give Mo a bit more time. Like, and so far, Mo's got 2 goals in the last 2 games. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he scored against Real Madrid tonight. I just wouldn't. Like we're starting to see Mo Salah back at Liverpool again. We're starting to see a Mo Salah who's comfortable in a team, who's looking like he understands what's around him more. But if the manager keeps on chopping and changing, then it's going to be a problem for Mo. Like, if he throws Isaac in all of a sudden, that's a problem for Mo, because Mo's never played with Alexander Isaac before. Like, he's starting to get used to Ekitike being there. Like, he's not used to Frimpong, and he's certainly not used to Wirtz. He's just not. Like, it's just so obvious. It's just so obvious. But he's getting there, and Mo's getting there now. Mo's obviously third, 250 goals now. Big up YNCA, YNWA. 250 goals now. It's insane. But he's a long way off second place still. I think it's like 285, is it? I think that could be 285 goals or 275 goals for the next one. So, which is Hodgson, I think. So he needs to have players around him that he's used to, and if he plays that midfield again, then that will help Mo and Bradley. Bradley needs to play anyway, because Bradley had a good game. Yeah, it looks that way. It looks that way. It looks like Wirtz was an opportunistic signing. I think it is an opportunity. I said this all along, by the way. Like, I said this all along, that Florian Wirtz was not a signing that Liverpool were expected to make. He wasn't one on the list. I always thought he was an opportunistic signing that just came up available, and it was like, what? We can get him? Okay. But I always felt that Isaac was one that we were always going to go for. So a couple of things I wanted to show you was this. So just a couple of things I wanted to fly through before we do the match preview. I'm just going to share my screen. Here. So Dominic Szoboszlai got a yellow card for this. Dominic Szoboszlai got a yellow card for basically taking the mick out of Unai Emery, which I think is hilarious. Dom was ridiculous in that game. Absolutely ridiculous. Should we just watch it? Should we watch it again? Because it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Let's just watch it again. Ooh. Oh, I absolutely love that. So Dom got a yellow card for that. Ekitike just being Ekitike and being silly in training. Also, I'm getting a little bit concerned about Frimpong, because now Frimpong's become mates with Bajcetic, who are both constantly injured friends. So Frimpong is still away from the team. He's still a couple of weeks away. I think Alexander Isaac is a doubt. He might be available for the game at the weekend. not this one. It might be about for the game at the weekend. But Ali, Frimpong are definitely still out. I think Curtis Jones could be back, by the way, because Slot hasn't said anything about Curtis Jones. So I think Curtis Jones might be back. Also, Virgil van Dijk has been nominated for the World FIFA Pro Team again. So that's I think it's the 11th time he's won it. What else? Player ratings as well for the game. Actually, I'll leave this like this. So the player ratings for the game. So it was like 8.97. This is the Villa game. I don't know why they got Liverpool 3 when we didn't score 3. We only scored 2. Weird. Gravenberch got an 8.2. Salah got a 7.7. Robbo got a 7.6. Virgil got a 7.4. Mamadashvili got a 7.6. Bradley got a 7, which is great. It was good to see. Maka got a 7 as well. Like there was some good performances. Ekitike got a 6. Gapco got a 5. Kanate got a 6. I thought Gapco was dreadful in that game. Like I genuinely didn't think he was good in that game. And we also have to watch this again because this is what we need to see tonight. We need to see Bradley cleaning out Mbappe again. Also, Real Madrid paying respects to Diogo, which is brilliant. Brilliant to see. I didn't realise how big Dean Huijsen is. I mean, the guy's a monster. Look at the size of him. He's only 20. He is huge. Like 6'4". Anyway. Also, Bradley. Look at that tackle. Brilliant challenge. This is what I like about Conor Bradley. Like, I like the fire about Conor Bradley, but he just needs to calm it down sometimes because he gets a lot of needless yellow cards. But I do feel that the reason why he's been getting yellow cards is because of the position that he's been put in this weird formation. And I think that like the Villa game, he felt more comfortable because he was doing more right back stuff. He's doing more right back stuff. Just have Bradley as a right back and you'll be fine. You'll be fine if Bradley just plays as a conventional right back. But if you're asking him to do Trent stuff and invert and do weird stuff in the middle of the park, then you'll be out of position all the time. And that's not good. Okay, so we're going to do a Liverpool versus Real Madrid preview. So let's jump into this. So Liverpool are very narrow favourites to win, with Opta Supercomputer giving them just a 1.5% more chance of victory than Real Madrid. 38.7% to 37.2%. This is how close this game is being rated. Like, so close. Like, so close how this game's being rated, which is crazy. The Reds won the last meeting between these sides, but none of the 8 prior. So we won the last game at home to them, but the 8 games before, none. None. That's insane. One of 10 players with 50 plus goals in European Cup UEFA Champions League history, Kylian Mbappe has the highest percentage scored in away matches. That is crazy, that number. It's crazy that Kylian Mbappe has the highest percentage of scoring in away matches in the Champions League. The clash between Liverpool and Real Madrid should be one of the most enthralling games from match day 4. Yet there is likely to be a lot of attention on a player who may not feature at all, which is Trent. He has been an unused substitute in the last 2 matches after recovering from a hamstring injury. The right back would become just the second Englishman to play against Liverpool in the European Cup Champions League, having previously played for them in the competition after Larry Lloyd. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane that Trent will be only one of 2 that's ever played against Liverpool in the Champions League after he's left us? I don't even know who Larry Lloyd was, but there you go. It must be a possibility that Trent plays some part. The 3 players Xabi Alonso will be without are all defenders: Alaba, Carvajal, and also Rudiger. Their injury absences haven't harmed Madrid too badly, given they have won their last 6 matches in all competitions, conceding just 2 goals. So basically, Real Madrid have got the type of Arsenal form right now. It would have suited Frimpong, you're right. It would have suited Frimpong, you're right. It's crazy that Real Madrid have basically got Arsenal form now. So they've won 6 and conceded 2. Like, it's not good. It's not good to have them come to Anfield like this. The right back, I've done that. Real Madrid have also won their first 3 Champions League matches this season. On 2 of the previous 4 occasions, they've started with 4 consecutive wins. They've lifted the trophy, so they're on the type of form which would they win the trophy normally. Okay, just thought I'd show you that. And also the Aston Villa game, you can see that Aston Villa came to Anfield to play like us. They had 47% possession. They tried to play us at our own game. Crazy. They tried to play us at our own game. And they weren't that bad. They had 10 shots and 3 on target and hit the post twice. Like, we all sat there and said that we should have beat Manchester United, even though we got beat. So what are we saying about Villa? Should they have beaten us? Like, you know what I mean? I find it a bit weird, but the Villa game, everybody thinks we're back. We are not back until we start putting consecutive results together. All we've done is won 1 game. Like, we lost the game before that. We won the game before that. We lost 4 games before that. So, look, I'm sorry, but we need to put more down. So we need to beat, if we beat Real Madrid and we beat Manchester City and we beat Nottingham Forest, then I'm going to sit there and go, okay, I'm seeing something here. Something seems to be working. But genuinely, we beat Aston Villa and then got our asses handed to us by Real Madrid. I can't say, oh, well, that couldn't have happened anyway, because that might have happened anyway, because Real Madrid are a really good team. But if then we go to Manchester City and get beat, and if we play a good game, but we get beaten by a goal, I'm like, okay, we can work with this. But then Nottingham Forest, that's the one for me. Nottingham Forest is the one for me. Like, if we don't play well against Nottingham Forest, then I'm genuinely sat there going, you know what? This ain't going to work. And if that's another game where Florian Wirtz doesn't get a look in, then I'm genuinely sat there going, what was the point? What was the point in signing this guy? What's the point in signing a generational talent when you can't even get him to work? Like, you can't get him to work. It's not like Wirtz doesn't work. Wirtz works. You just can't get him to work. So it's like, I have to see more. I have to see him running games. But I'm not judging this game as anything, because even if we play fantastic football, we can still get beat by Real Madrid. They're a fantastic team. They're a fantastic team. Even if we play brilliantly, we can still get beat. Like Klopp got beat God knows how many times by them. And we were brilliant when he got beat. So it's dice ball, you're right. It's dice ball. Like if we can't handle dice ball, then we have to ask questions. And if we can't handle Haaland, then so be it. Like no one's been able to handle Haaland. Like he's got 13 goals this season already. Like Haaland is someone not a lot of people can handle. This they will be up against a Liverpool side who enjoyed a morale-boosting 2-0 win over Villa, ending a run of 4 consecutive Premier League defeats. It was interesting that 9 of Arne Slot's starting 11 were part of last season's title-winning side. They made a more cohesive unit. It's funny that where you play all the players that won you the league last season, that you actually look half decent. In the Champions League this season, Liverpool have won 2 of their 3 matches, including a resounding 5-1 win at Eintracht Frankfurt. They come into this game in 10th. Okay, so Real Madrid have won all 3. If we get beat by Real Madrid tonight, they go on to 12 points. We stay on 6. I think we'd probably drop down to, I don't know, around 14th, 19th place. Because Barcelona's, Chelsea, Sporting's, Spurs, there's a lot of teams there that would probably win their games. So we'd probably drop quite low. Will Slot be tempted to repeat this lineup? Becker, Jerome Frimpong, Alexander Isak, Leone are all injured. There are unlikely to be too many changes to this starting lineup, though Curtis Jones returned to training on Monday. Okay, so he only returned yesterday, so he might be on the bench. The Reds have a very good record at Anfield in this phase of the competition. Liverpool have won 20 of their last 22 home Champions League group stage games, including each of their last 12 in a row. However, 3 of their 7 home group defeats have come versus Spanish sides, Barcelona, Valencia and Real Madrid. Funny that, isn't it? Slot has also won 10 of his 13 Champions League matches as Liverpool manager, and his team will have to defend very well if they are to make that 11 from 14. They have never beaten Real Madrid without keeping a clean sheet. Mamardashvili kept his first clean sheet for Liverpool against Villa, and he will need to be at his best here. Madrid have had most shots on target in the Champions League, 37, having 10 plus in all 3 games. Since 2003-2004, the only team to do so in 4 matches in a row are Madrid themselves in 2013-2014. Liverpool have only faced 10 plus shots on target twice in that period and never at Anfield. Wow, that's a number, isn't it? That's an insane stat. Liverpool have never faced 10 plus shots at goal at Anfield. That's insane. We are so good at Anfield. That said, the visitors are unlikely to need to hit double figures with Kylian Mbappe in such good form. One of the 10 players with 50 goals in the history of this competition, he has the highest percentage scored in away matches, 53%. Wow, 32 out of 60 of Mbappe's goals in the Champions League have been away. That is mental. That is mental. My God. How good is Mbappe? 32 out of 60 goals in the Champions League. Mbappe scored away. That is wild. Yeah, you're right. Mostly Klopp's players. I know, mate. I know. You didn't have to tell me that one. The Frenchman netted a hat-trick in his previous away game in the competition, and now has the joint most away hat-tricks of any player in European Cup Champions League history. 3 level with Filippo Inzaghi. Mbappe is just unreal. This will be the 8th time that Liverpool and Real Madrid have met in the Champions League since the start of 2017-2018, including all matchday 4 games this season. Only 2 fixtures will have been played more often in the competition in this period. Manchester City versus Real Madrid, 10, and Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich, 9. They say familiarity breeds contempt, but how much of it will be directed at Alexander-Arnold? Liverpool versus Real Madrid head-to-head. Liverpool won the first match against Real Madrid in the 1981 European Cup final. They then knocked them out of the Europa Champions League 5-0 on aggregate in 2009. I was there. I was there for that. The balance of power swung firmly towards the Spanish giants after that, though Madrid won 7 and drew 1 of the next 8 clashes, a run that included the finals of this competition in 2018 and 2022. Liverpool won the last meeting, which came at Anfield in the league phase last season. Both sides missed a penalty, as the home side won 2-0 thanks to McAllister and Gakpo, both of whom are likely to start on Tuesday. That game we had a 2.73 XG and Real Madrid had a 1.2. Liverpool versus Real Madrid prediction: 38% Liverpool win, 37% Real Madrid win, 24% draw. I'm not going to lie. I would happily take a draw at Real Madrid at home tonight. I'd take a draw. If you gave me an option right now, I'd take a draw because Real Madrid are so good right now. They've scored so many goals. They look really, really dangerous right now. And I'd take a draw. I'd take a draw and just take that 1 point in that league fixture. I would. Even a 0-0 just to have a clean sheet would be brilliant. Potential lineups: Mamadashvili, Conor Bradley, Virgil van Dijk, Konate, Kirkez. I think it'll be Robbo, by the way. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gakpo, Wirtz. I don't think it'll be Wirtz. I think it'll be Gravenberch. I don't know why Gravenberch isn't on there. I'm not sure why Gravenberch isn't on there. Mo Salah, Hugo Ekitike. I would say it's going to be the exact same team that he played against Villa. Real Madrid's team: Courtois, Valverde, Huijsen, Militao, Caracas, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, Gula, and Kylian Mbappe. I think that it's interesting that Valverde is basically keeping Trent out the game. It's interesting that Valverde is basically keeping Trent out, which is mad. But yeah, they do have structure now. They do. He's really given them. Yeah, it's insane. I agree, mate. I agree. I've said that at the start. I agree that we still didn't look that much different, if I'm completely honest. But because Szoboszlai plays in that midfield, we kind of have a bit of a midfield. And we have a guy that's going to do a bit more dirty work. So that's the game. I haven't got much else to say on that. If you can give me your predictions for tonight, anybody, and also it'd be interesting to see the team that you would pick against Real Madrid. I'm going to quickly bring up my tactics board and show you the team that I would pick against Real Madrid tonight. So I'm just going to move a few players around. Curtis Jones, I think it's too early for him to come back into the team. If I'm honest, I think it's a bit early. Hang on. I think it's a bit early for Curtis to come back into the team. So I'd play Grav. This is the team I play anyway. So it would be... Oh, where's Mamadashvili? There he is. So it would be Mamadashvili. It would be Andy Robinson, Virgil van Dijk, Konate, Bradley. It would be Gravenberch. It would be Dominic Szoboszlai. I thought McAllister was okay, actually, so I would play McAllister again. So it'd be Grav, Dom, McAllister. If it's not McAllister, then I'd play Curtis. Sorry, Chiesa. Ekitike, Mo Salah. And for me, I would play Cody. I would have Cody on the bench for this one, and I would play Wirtz on the left-hand side. I am so for Wirtz playing on the left-hand side, and we have nobody to compete with Cody right now because Rio's just a kid. So I would have Wirtz and I would have Cody as his backup. This is kind of like my team anyway, so I'd have Robbo and then Kirkers as his backup. Jones and Mack. So I'd have Mack and Jones as backup. Grav as the DM, then Endo. Right now it's Bradley and Ramsey. Gomez and Konate. Kayser and Ekitike because Isak's still injured. But if it's not, then it's... But Chiesa can definitely play for Salah, and then you got a load of kids. Frimpong's still injured. Ali's still injured. These guys are still injured. These are all injured. Oop. These are all injured. Danzer's injured. Leone's injured. I don't know when Stefan's back. So Gordon, you might as well just put him with the kids. So you got Naoni, you got Rio, and you got Woodman. But this would be the bench. This would be the bench. So you got Gomez, Ramsey, Chiesa. I think Isak's still injured. And Cody. Because you need someone to come off the bench. So that would be my lineup. I don't play with a 10. I just don't play with a 10. I'm sorry. Dom to a certain extent maybe can be here-ish. But he's not really a 10. He's not really a 10. He's playing more in midfield, which is fine. It's absolutely fine by me. Gives us more stability. And I don't know. I just feel that Ekitike doesn't get the ball enough. Just doesn't get the ball passed to him enough. If you look at the first game we ever played Ekitike and Wirtz together against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, all you need to do is replay that first goal. Replay the first goal that Ekitike scored. Wirtz was on the left-hand side. Ekitike was in the box. And Wirtz and Ekitike found each other perfectly. A combination was there. And we just got rid of it. Just ignored it. They already had a connection in the first 15 minutes of the Crystal Palace game in the Community Shield. You could already see, wow, Wirtz on the left-hand side getting into space, having freedom, and being able to pass the ball into Ekitike. Ekitike took the ball, scored a brilliant goal. And we just completely throwing that little spark of positivity, and I don't know, two players that just had a bit of something about them and just made it work. It's just gone. Like, see you later. Like, don't need it anymore. And they've never been like that before. Like, Wirtz hasn't been on the left-hand side of an Ekitike. He's just not been there. And the only time they were, they combined to score a goal, and Wirtz got an assist. And it's like, how could you ignore that? How could you ignore that? That was your start of something special. That was the start of seeing how Wirtz and Ekitike could work together. And you just got rid of it. And you just went, oh, you know what? I'm just going to move Wirtz into midfield again. And he's just going to be completely like out-muscled, loads of players around him. And guess what? He's also got Liverpool players around him. Just put Wirtz out of the way of other players from our own club for a start. And the crazy thing is, and I'll show you on the tactics board, Mo Salah didn't play against Eintracht Frankfurt. Wirtz played here. And obviously Cody played. We scored 5 goals and Wirtz got 2 assists because Wirtz was allowed the freedom to move around the pitch, which is why it worked really well for him, because he was on the wing and he could move around. He had places to go. Like, you stick him in a congested area with other players around him from our club, by the way, which is McAllister, Ekitike, and also Cody. What's he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do when it looks like this? When it looks like this, what does he do? He can't do nothing. He can't be himself. For me, it just makes sense. Stick him on the wing. Get him out the way of Ekitike. And I tell you what, you play Wirtz in that left wing position today against Real Madrid, he is going to absolutely tear their right back to shreds. And guess who their right back could be? Guess who their right back could be today if we played Wirtz there? Trent. That's all I'm saying. Trent knows exactly what Cody's going to do, because we all know what Cody's going to do. Cody's going to get the ball and he's going to cut inside. That's what Cody's going to do. Wirtz could do anything. We already know how good he's been in the European competitions. We already know how good he was in the European competitions last season. For Bayer Leverkusen, he was unbelievable in the European competitions. He was. Like, this season already, I mean, he got 2 assists in the last game when he was played on the right-hand side, which isn't a natural position for him. Play him on the right. Let's see what he does against Trent or Valverde. Like, Cody was terrible last game. Like, Cody probably could do a job if he come off the bench. But give Wirtz some time. Like, seriously, give the guy some time. Like, put him up against an old Xabi Alonso team. He's got the fire in his belly to prove him, to show him. But not going to happen, is it? Because Arnie's going to go back to the same old. All his mates and Jurgen Klopp's team. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Like, nine of Jurgen Klopp's players played against Aston Villa, and you wonder why we won. We won because we had loads of fighters. We won because we had a team that literally understood how to play at home. Like, just, yeah, guys, we've all had a week off. We've all had a week off. We all played football last season with each other. We all know where to be, what to do. Yeah, let's just get it done. And we had a bit of fight against us. We had a bit more fight. We pressed a bit better, but Aston Villa tried to play possession football against us, and it was never going to work. Especially when the goalkeeper gave the ball away. Mo Salah tapped it into an open net. So for me, that is my setup. I mean, ideally, I'd like Curtis Jones there instead of McAllister. Like, I really would. Like, if Curtis Jones was fully fit, I'd rather play Curtis Jones there than McAllister. But beggars can't be choosers. But this Wirtz and Ekitike combo, you need to start putting this together. Like you can't keep on subbing Ekitike off and putting Wirtz on. Like, you're losing so much with Ekitike off the pitch. Like, we all know that when Ekitike came off against Aston Villa, we were shit. We were shit. The game was dead. Nothing happened. Like, we were pretty crap. It's just a fact. Like, you take your flair players off, you take the players which have got energy and do something different, then what's going to happen? Like, every time you've subbed Ekitike, Liverpool's performance levels dropped. Every time you don't play Ekitike, we lose. I will say that. So why not play Wirtz and Ekitike together? But why not play them so they are separated? So they are separated more. Play them on the left. Play Wirtz on the left. Play Ekitike in the 9. Worked against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield and it looked good. It also worked against Frankfurt, but when he played on the right. But right now you've got a £100 million player on the bench. Dumb. Anyway, that's my lineup. Score predictions. Score predictions, please. Can we have some score predictions, please? Does anybody think we're going to win tonight? Yes or no? Does anyone think we're going to beat Real Madrid at home? Yes or no? Does anybody think we're going to play 4-4-2 or 4-3-3? Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, that really works, doesn't it? It really works with the players that we signed. It does, mate. 4-4. Wow, that's a game and a half. That's a game and a half. 4-4. 3-1 Real Madrid. All right, you think we're going to win? Brilliant. Not sure. 3-2 to Real Madrid. 2-1. Okay, I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if we beat them. I haven't really got a narrative. I just haven't got a narrative. I've been asked, if someone asks me, are you slot out? I say, yeah, right now. I'd say, yeah. But if we change, if we start to improve, then I'd back the manager more. But right now, I'm Liverpool. Like, I'm Liverpool in right now. But we've been awful for 2025, mate. Like I don't need to go down that road. I don't need to keep on bringing it up. Like we like, to a certain extent, I was proven right. Like, because I was telling you we were garbage before we started losing. Like, I was telling you that his tactics haven't been great this year. Like I don't need to say that, like, I'm right or wrong. but I was, I was saying, I was the one that told everybody I'm worried about signing Wirtz and signing Frimpong and also signing Kerkez and also signing Alexander Isak because I didn't think Slot would play them in the right place. I didn't think Slot would play them in their right positions. I didn't think Slot would get the best out of them because of the formation that he wants to play. But I haven't got a narrative. I haven't got a narrative. I just haven't. I called it out a long time ago. You can go and clip me back, mate. I called it out a long time ago. But when you spend 450 million on bangers, because they're all bangers, they're all banging players, they're all brilliant players we signed. They're all brilliant players that we signed. Then, but whoever you support, mate, is whoever you support. But I support Liverpool, and I can't have us finishing mid-table this season with the amount of money we've spent, and I can't have Arsenal winning a Premier League. Like, I just can't have that. I can't have Arsenal winning a Premier League. I can't. Like, that's just... Oh, man, can you imagine their fans? Oh, can you imagine their fans? I certainly can't have Arsenal winning the Champions League. Can you imagine their fans? It's crazy, isn't it? But look, I was Klopp out for ages. And I got so much stick for it. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Look, I am who I am. Like, I was Slot out for a couple of years. I was Klopp out for a couple of years. And I always thought it was Jurgen that just didn't want the players. He didn't want to spend the money. And now we've spent the money. Now you're willing to give the manager time. Now you're willing to give everybody time. Now we've spent the money. No, this is the time that you start putting the pressure on. Like, you just won a league. You're supposed to be this mercurial manager who can out-tactic everyone. And you went on all of the news channels, all of the media outlets, and you basically broke it down how you beat these teams, how good you were, what you did. And now you can't even defend corners or long throws or long balls. Like, really? Like, it might help if you do some defending. It might help if you set up your team with a midfield. Like, it might help if you have, like, I don't know, your left back in the left back position. But Real Madrid tonight isn't going to prove me anything, because we could play unbelievable football and still get beat. It's the Forest game. It's the Manchester City away game. Like, these are the games. Because Manchester City got beat by Aston Villa. Like, Nottingham Forest, they've got Sean Dyche. They're going to pump a load of long balls in. Manchester City play quite a few long balls as well, by the way. But it's interesting. But look, if he turns a corner and we start winning games again and we start looking more cohesive and defensive, and he starts playing players in the right positions, then who knows? I'll change my mind, maybe. No, I was Slot. I wasn't Slot out last season. And I wasn't Slot out at the start of the season. But I definitely talked about his tactics and the fact that we concede loads of goals. Like, that's never changed. It's genuinely never changed, mate. Like, we concede loads of goals. But now we concede more goals. Like, we used to concede like one goal. Like, last season we conceded quite a few goals. I think we've conceded like, I think it's nearly 50 goals in 2025, which is insane. Like, that's not a Liverpool thing. And if we'd been beat by Villa, and we could have been 2 goals down in the first 15 minutes, just watch the game back. Literally just watch the game back. We could have been 2 goals down in the first 15 minutes. That's a totally different game. That's a totally different game. I don't think we come back. I'm sorry, but if the Morgan Rogers shot wasn't saved by Mamardashvili onto the post, then that's 1-0 down in the first, 10 minutes? And then the Matty Cash deflected shot, which Mamardashvili pushed out top corner. And then there was another shot by Morgan Rogers that hit the post as well. Like, we could have literally been 2 goals down in the first 15 minutes of that game at home to Aston Villa. And what are we saying now? Like, that's 5 defeats in a row in the Premier League going into a Real Madrid Manchester City game. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, but look, we shouldn't be conceding those chances at home. Like, they're supposed to be our fortress. Like, we shouldn't be conceded big chances at home like that. We shouldn't. So that's the issue. That's the issue. But I'm still slot out. But to be honest, I don't know who we get in. That's the thing. Like, I'm slot out, but I couldn't give you a manager that I'd want in that could be amazing for us, like, that I know is a given. Like, there isn't a guy that could just come in and just, I know, that would just win us a Premier League. Like, I don't feel there's one that you just flick a switch and he's the person, because they're all in clubs. They're all at clubs. I really hope he turns it round. And I've said this all along. Like, I've said this all along. I hope he turns it round. Like, I hope he turns it round. I hope he suddenly just goes, you know what? It's not working. Let me do this. And then it all starts clicking. I really hope. But right now, it looks like we're hoping that Liverpool basically do a PSG. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping Liverpool do a PSG and suddenly turn into this monster, this progressive monster that just keeps on rolling. But the problem is, PSG became that monster in a crap league, which they dominated for years. Liverpool can't do that because we're not in a crap league. We're in a very, very competitive league. So you haven't got that luxury of being able to rest all of your players for certain games. Like, I know we did that against Crystal Palace, but we got beat at home in the League Cup, and now we're out. Now we're out the Carabao Cup. That's done. Like, that's another competition we're out of. But PSG could rest their players. They could rotate completely. We can't do that. We haven't got a luxury of having a league that we've been so comfortable in winning wise. So do I think he can turn it round with his formation? Do I think that Liverpool will win the league or the Champions League playing slots formation? No. Do I think Liverpool will finish in the top 5 playing slots formation? Maybe, but it depends how bad the others are. Do I think we'll win the FA Cup with slots formation? No. I don't think we'll win a trophy with slots formation. I don't think we will win a trophy playing 3-2-5. I don't think it's sustainable in the Premier League. I don't think it's sustainable in the Champions League because we haven't got good enough players to play that formation. Because we have too many players that are suited to 4-3-3. We have left backs and right backs that are left backs and right backs. That's genuinely what they are. We have left wingers and right wingers that are really inside forwards because you don't play the players that could do that. You don't play Wirtz there, you don't play Frimpong there, you don't play Rio. You know, Chiesa's probably a player that could play that role as well. But you don't play those players there. So no. We play with a number 10 when we don't really have any number 10s that can play in that real area. Florian Wirtz can to a certain extent, but have a look how he played in Bayer Leverkusen and also Germany. He plays on the left wing or he plays as a left attacking midfielder. And if we don't play a double pivot where they actually stay as a double pivot, then you haven't got two midfielders in midfield anyway. So even if you say you have this 3-2-5, you haven't really got two because Ryan Gravenberch has been told to get forward. I mean, for God's sake, Ryan Gravenberch has been told by his dad to score more goals. Like, Arne Slot needs to just say, look, mate, I don't need you in the attack. I don't need you in the attack. I need you as the defensive midfielder. And he played predominantly as the defensive midfielder against Aston Villa. I know he did score that goal, but he did play predominantly as a defensive midfielder more in that game. But you need your midfielders to be in fucking midfield. Like, stop having midfielders that are not in midfield. Like, and stop having left backs and right backs that play in midfield more than the left back and the right back position. It's not rocket science. It really isn't that difficult. Like, it just isn't that difficult to make Liverpool right again. It just isn't. We signed so many players that fit Jurgen's system of 4-3-3. We signed so many players. Kirkez is an Andy Robertson regen. Like, you can make him into the Robertson that was amazing for Liverpool for the last 10 years under Klopp. You can. He's a good player. Conor Bradley can be a great right back. He can be a great right back. He's not Trent, but he can be a great right back. But the problem with Trent is defending. Well, Conor Bradley's pretty good at that. Have a defensive midfielder. You've got Gravenberch. He's pretty good. Just use him. And then have 2 8s. Just like Jurgen did. Your Gravenberch can be your Fabinho. Your 2 8s. Your Jordan Henderson and your Ginny Wijnaldum. Yeah, or your Oxlade-Chamberlain or your Keita or whoever. You just play them like that. You play McAllister and you play Dominic Szoboszlai or you play Curtis Jones. Doesn't matter. They are perfect. They are perfect in that position. And then you've got your wingers. Well, guess what? They're inside forwards. They're inside forwards. You've got Cody. You've got Wirtz. Then you're forward. You've got a player that can drop into midfield, like a Bobby. You've got Ekitike. You can play a different type of forward. You've got Isaac. You've got Mo Salah. You've got Chiesa. You've got your team. You've genuinely got your team. You didn't have to just start muddling it all up. And look, Aston Villa, we played 9 players from last season. Well, Real Madrid, we're probably going to play 9 players from last season. Because we haven't got any other strikers. So we're probably going to play the likes of Ekitike up front. I genuinely wouldn't mind seeing Cody in the 9. I wouldn't mind seeing Cody in the 9 because right now Cody cuts in so many times that he's in that position a lot. So Why don't you try Cody as the 9? Like Jurgen did. Jurgen got goals out of Cody when he played in the 9, by the way. I just want to let you know that. Like, I think Jurgen got 6 or 7 goals out of Cody when he played him in the 9. So Cody can play the number 9. And our number 9 isn't a real number 9. Like, he doesn't spend a lot of time in the box. He spends a lot of time dropping deeper. Cody could do that. Cody could do that. He plays on the left. So I ain't got a problem with even trying that and then having a Verts out there or an Ekatike out there. Like Cody was in the World Cup for Holland playing the number 9 and he got a couple of goals, remember? Sorry, Euros. It was the Euros. But I don't know. But it'd be interesting. It would be interesting because right now he cuts inside and he's in that position anyway. So why not try him? Why try him in there a bit? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, 11 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be doing the conspiracies show. That's going to be interesting. Got loads to cover on that. Got some crazy stuff that my wife's sent me. If you watched the last show, there's some crazy stuff that I got sent and that I obviously shared, which we'll do again. So that'll be fun. And we'll do a couple of hours on that. Depending on how the game goes, might talk about it a bit, but maybe not. If it wasn't good, then we'll just skirt over that and we'll cover the conspiracy stuff. But yeah, tonight, big game. Right now, I take a draw. I think Mo Salah's starting to find his feet again. He's been good the last 2 games. Scored 2 goals. We've looked a bit more solid in the last game, but Mamardashvili did pull off some really good saves. So on another day, there could have been a different result. But yeah, Real Madrid tonight, back in the Champions League, under the lights. The rat is back. I will see you all later. I'm just going to see who's online now, and I'll forward you on. I haven't talked about Slot's presser, which maybe you wanted me to, because he just annoys the crap out of me now when he talks. So I'm not even gonna talk about what Slot said in the presser, because whatever comes out of his mouth is either excuses or just waffle. So and it's really funny because Jamie Carragher said that. Not Jamie Carragher. Craig Burley said that on ESPN, that he's just gobbledygook waffler. So I'm going to send you over to Fozzie. So say hello to Fozzie. So Kmack Raid. I'm sending you over to Fozzie now. So enjoy his show. He's live now. I know, mate. I know. Me too, mate. So you go over and see him. And I will see you all later. Remember, members only show tonight. So it's only going to be members that can watch the show. So if you want to become a member, join the membership. I also want to say big thanks to James LFC for being a member for 5 months. Incredible stuff. Thanks, James. One of the first members. Big up you, mate. If you're in tonight for the conspiracy stuff, let me know in the chat what you want me to talk about as well, and I'll find some stuff for you. I will catch you all later. You all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the game tonight, and watch Xabi Alonso's football and think what could have been. And if Trent comes on, please boo him. And you go enjoy Fozzie's show. Catch you later. Bye. Bye. And up the Reds. Up the Reds. Okay? Up the Reds.